if we're working because my screen. Oh, there we go. We are up and running. We are live. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a while. I've been away on an outback adventure and everything, and I've come back and I have an amazing, well, I've got a fun little technique to share with you today. But before we get started, I just want to let you know who I am. I'm Christy Coromandel. I am a 7-Up demonstrator here in Outback, Australia. And I help card makers enhance their skills and build confidence to create cards they adore. So today what I want to share with you is a quick little tip or little technique that gives a big punch. Now, I am going to be working with a bundle today, and I will share that with you. So let me have a look. So this is our catalog that we are working with today. So this here is the new holiday catalog, and right here on page 42 and 43 are the products I'm going to be working with. Specifically, I'm going to be working with the stamp set, which is this one right here. It's the autumn leaves along with their coordinating dies. So we're going to create a project featuring those two products today, but they do come here in a suite where you can get these pattern paper, embossing folders, ribbons, papers, embellishments, everything for one price. So definitely go check that out on page 42 to 43. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need is a piece of vanilla cardstock. This here measures 4 inches by 5 3/4 of an inch, and I've already gone ahead and I've put that through my Timber 3D embossing folder. But I'm going to add a little bit of color or a bit of texture to this. So this is technique number 1 that I'm going to share with you. Quick and easy one to add a bit of dimension to your cards here. It's simply, I've got my Early Espresso ink pad right here, and all you need to do is gently just drag it across, and you can see how that just is adding a bit of color to your embossed piece here. So this is obviously when you have your dry embossing, you have a raised end and one that is not raised at all. So you can just obviously make it as dark or as light as you like. So that's a tip number 1 that we can do to add a little bit of color and texture to our embossed pieces. Now, the next thing I've gone and done is I have die cut a bunch of leaves in our 4 colors. Now, here in the Outback Australia, we don't really necessarily experience the color change of leaves or everything here, but I still love the leaves dies or the 4 dies that come in the catalog every year. And so I've die cut these in a variety of different 4 colors. So I have Daffodil Delight, Pumpkin Pie, Real Red, and Pecan Pie. This is one of our new colors at the moment. And I'm going to add a little bit of depth to it. So I'm going to show you this one right here up and close. This is one where I haven't added any depth whatsoever to. And then this one here, I've added some shading with a different color ink, and you can so see the difference that it actually makes. So it's something that is so simple to do that can pack a real punch. So here's another one here. This one here is a Real Red cardstock. And then I've gone along here and I've sponged this one with Cherry Cobbler. So you can see the difference that it makes by having those colored in. So I'm going to show you how I did that. So I have with here my sponge daubers. Now these come in a pack of 5. Excuse me. And you'll find that it's black plastic with this little sponge top on the top here. This is designed to fit inside your finger. So you can easily put your index finger. I like to put my index finger in and use my thumb and my middle finger around here to hold it in place. Then I'm going to grab my ink. And in this case, I'm using Cajun Craze. And I'm simply going to apply some color to my sponge. And gently, using my thumb and my middle finger there, I am just applying pressure on the outside and gently adding that color onto my leaf. Now I'm just applying it over on the edge, and I can bring that color in as far in as I want, or I can just simply leave it out on the edge there. Got a bit of a tickle in my throat. Okay, and there you go. You can see what that's looking like. So now that I have all of my pieces, we can go ahead and finish doing a little bit more. So I'm actually going to leave that aside for a moment. Oh, actually, let's continue on. So my card base here is of the very vanilla cardstock, and I'm simply going to stick this piece on top. I like to use liquid adhesive when I'm using embossed pieces, just because it's very textured, and I want to make sure that it's going to stick down completely on my card front. And then the next thing I'm going to do is simply lay these in color order. So we're going to go yellow. Oh, let me tell you what I shaded everything in. So I've got Daffodil Delight with crushed curry, pumpkin pie with Cajun craze, real red with cherry cobbler, and pecan pie with early espresso. So I'm just roughly laying these down, and I'm putting them in order around. Oops. And then I'm just going to spread that out so it's like a nice circle. You could always get a circle die or something to pop down as a guide. Like so. And then what I'm going to do is I've added Stampin' Dimensionals already to the back of everything. And I'm now just simply going to stick it down. I need an extra dimensional. So I'm simply going to peel off the backing and put this in so it looks like a nice little reef. Okay, and then it looks something like that. So I'm going to set that aside for a moment, and we're going to work on our greeting. Now my greeting comes from the coordinating stamp set, which is this one here, Autumn Leaves. And I just picked one of the greetings from there. It says, I'm thankful, and I'm actually going to heat emboss this. So before I do that, I do need to prep my cardstock, but running my embossing buddy over the top of it to remove any static whatsoever. And I'm going to stamp this, and we're going to heat emboss this with white embossing powder. Wipe away any excess. And then let's heat set that with our heat tool. Okay, we're going to die cut that out with one of our coordinating dies. So I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine which happens to just be on the left here. Not lost all my plates. So I'm just going to run that through my die cutting machine quickly. Okay, and then I'm going to pop that up with some Stampin' Dimensionals as well. And then I'm simply going to add a bow that I have tied previously. I'll add some glue dots to that. And then I can trim off my edges, my ends. And there you have it. There is our card, quick and easy. We've done 2 techniques with that. We've done added some color to our embossed image, and then we've added some color as well with sponging to our die cuts to add a little bit of dimension to them as well. Now here's some other examples I've got to show you featuring the same suite of products. So this time here I've used the bigger dies and I've colored them in with the same technique, and I've created a little treat box here. And then this one here, I created same sort of design, same images, die cuts, just the larger ones. I've used the embossing folder that is actually in the suite itself and the coordinating ribbon that goes with it too. And this one too, we actually have die cuts that do the veins of the leaves. And so I've actually die cutted those out in some of our foil paper. Here's another one here I've created using the different color scheme this time. I've got white cardstock and I've used Coastal Cabana, Fresh Freesia and Granny Apple Green here as some of the colors that are different to what we've used before. So there you have it. There is our card. The tutorial will be up inside my blog from tomorrow lunchtime. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you next week for another Technique Tuesday activity. Thank you.